Daniel was an ordinary man with an ordinary life. A mid-level office worker, he lived alone in a small apartment, spending his evenings flipping through TV channels, looking for something to distract him from the monotony. One night, as he was about to doze off on the couch, the TV suddenly switched to static. He frowned. It wasn't normal for the signal to cut out like this. He reached for the remote, but before he could change the channel, a voice crackled through the static. "Daniel, can you hear me?" His blood ran cold. The voice was distorted, barely a whisper beneath a crackling white noise, but it was saying his name. He muted the TV and looked around the room. The air felt heavier, and an unnatural chill crept through the apartment. Then the voice came again. "Don't turn it off, or it will come." A wave of nausea hit Daniel as the static flickered, forming vague, shadowy shapes on the screen. His instincts screamed at him to turn it off, but curiosity won. He leaned in closer. "Do not look away." And then, just for a second, a face emerged in the static, a hollow, gaping maw and empty eyes staring back at him. Daniel scrambled for the remote and shut the TV off. For a moment, the apartment was dead silent. Then, a quiet knock at the door. His heart pounded as he stared at the door. It was past midnight. Who would be visiting at this hour? Knock, knock, knock. The sound was slow, deliberate. He approached cautiously, peering through the peephole. No one was there. Then his phone vibrated on the table. A text message. "Let me in." His breath hitched. His hands trembled as he typed back. "Who is this?" 3 dots appeared. Then the reply, "I'm already inside." Daniel spun around, his eyes darting across the room. Nothing seemed out of place. But then, the TV flickered back on. Static. A dark shape was forming on the screen, slowly becoming clearer. A figure, tall and thin, its face stretching unnaturally as if it were pressing against the screen, trying to push through. The lights in the apartment flickered, the temperature dropped. Then from the hallway just outside his bedroom door, he heard something. Slow, dragging footsteps. He ran. He didn't think, didn't hesitate. He bolted for the front door, yanking it open. But the hallway outside was wrong. It wasn't his apartment building anymore. It was something else. The walls were covered in strange symbols. The ceiling stretched too high, and the air smelled of burnt plastic. A buzzing sound filled his ears, like TV static, but deeper, vibrating in his bones. And then, it stepped out of the shadows, the thing from the screen. Its body was like a silhouette cut from reality itself, shifting, flickering in and out of existence. Its face was a void, a hollow space where features should be. It moved toward him, slow but inevitable. Daniel turned and slammed the door shut. He pressed his back against it, his breath ragged. The TV was still on, the static now whispering in a language he couldn't understand. The figure in the screen stared at him, its lips parting. Then, in a voice distorted and crackling, it whispered, "You looked away." The screen shattered. Darkness consumed the room, and Daniel was never seen again.